Good evening, my Real News Midday TV family. Welcome back to the channel for another news update for January 12, 2024. And in the news this evening, Clarendon man pleads guilty to lottery scamming. A man who was arrested and charged as a suspect of lottery scamming pleaded guilty on Thursday in the Midday Circuit Court in Clarendon, charged with the possession of identity information, possession of access device, and obtaining money by false pretense is a 30-year-old Jermaine Gabriel, a building contractor of Peckham in Whitfield, Clarendon. Gabriel was arrested by members of the lottery scam task force on December 18, 2020, following an operation at his home in Peckham. Reports are that during the operation, lawmen carried out an on-site analysis of Gabriel's cell phone, where several files with the names, addresses, and the telephone numbers of people believed to be living overseas dialed and received calls with overseas area codes, as well as bank information and receipts of transactions were found. Gabriel was subsequently charged. He is set to be sentenced on January 29, 2024. Multiple vehicle crash in St. Anne. Police and the firefighters are at the scene of a major motor vehicle crash in St. Anne. The crash, which occurred along the Runaway Bay to Discovery Bay Main Road, involved 4 vehicles. Senior Superintendent Dwight Powell, head of the St. Anne Police, told the news that there are fatalities as 2 of the vehicles burst into flames. The occupants were trapped in the wreckage. The incident has caused a major pileup of traffic. Several people left homeless after fire in Whitfield Town. Some 25 people, majority of whom are children, were left homeless on Thursday evening after a fire razed the dwellings located on Swittenham Road in Whitfield Town, Kingston. Eugene Kelly, councillor for the Whitfield Town Division, stated that the cause of the fire is still unknown, as he believes the fire brigade is still conducting investigations. He further disclosed that some of the victims were also left homeless last year due to another fire. One of the fire victims, who identified himself as Neil, said that he is unsure of how the fire started as he was not at home. He told the news that this is the second time that he has lost all his possessions due to a fire in the space of a year. He said he was also unable to save anything this time around. "I don't know when it started because I was on the road, and when me come back in, me hear that my house on fire. This is the second one. Last year, the 2nd of January, I got burned out. Me was in the fire, and this is the second one that happened to me now," Neil said. "Me lose everything last year. Me just a set up back myself. December come and me a say, all right now. Me buy back me things them little by little. And now me lose everything. Not all me don't get for save, because me never there here. Nothing for me pitney them, everything gone. Each paper, them don't have anything to wear to school. 3 kids I have going to school and everything them lose. Every school supply, everything gone in flames," a distraught Neil said. Councillor Kelly described the scene on Swittenham Road as a total devastation, as the victims have lost everything in the fire. "It is a total devastation, a total wipeout of their clothing, all their belongings, and when I came earlier today, a number of the children, especially the older ones who are going to high school, were insistent that they want to go back to school. They don't have any clothes, they don't have any uniforms, but they want to go back to school," Kelly said. "We are here, the Member of Parliament has visited, and we will be ensuring that many of them as swiftly as possible get back to school," he added. Kelly stated that he will be meeting with the state agencies to see to the immediate needs of the fire victims, as the food items, clothing, and the mattresses are being organized through the Ministry of Labour and the Social Security. The MP and myself will be working with the solid waste management to begin the process of clearing out the site, and the MP has committed that she will look into how swiftly housing can be arranged for the persons right back here on this site, he stated. St. Catherine cabby fined $100,000 for dangerous driving. A St. Catherine taxi operator who broke a line of traffic and almost hit a student was today fined $100,000 or 3 months imprisonment for dangerous driving. Sentencing was handed down by Parish Court Judge Janelle Nelson Gale after Andre Rainford of St. John's Road in Spanish Town pleaded guilty. Rainford was initially fined $150,000, but an attorney intervened and the judge gave a $50,000 reduction. The judge expressed a concern about indiscipline on the nation's roads. Investigating Officer Paul Banbury told the court that on January 12, He was driving along the Duncan's Pen Main Road and stopped to allow a student to cross the road. Rainford broke the line of traffic and almost mowed down the child. He was pursued by the policeman, stopped, cautioned, and then charged. The policeman told the court that the ordeal was captured on his police body camera. Teacher accused of raping student granted $1 million bail. A St. Catherine teacher accused of the rape of a student while giving her a ride from school was today granted $1 million bail with a surety in the parish court. The educator, who is charged with rape, grievous sexual assault, and having sexual intercourse with a person under 16 years old, is to return to court on February 9 when the case will again be mentioned. It is being alleged that in December 2023, the teen girl was at the school where the accused taught. She got a ride in his car and the teacher allegedly sexually assaulted her. A report was made to the Police's Center for Investigation of Sexual Offenses and Child Abuse. An investigation led to his arrest and a subsequent charge. Man held with a gun at a motel in Bog Walk. A man was arrested after he was reportedly held with a gun at a motel in Bog Walk, St. Catherine on Thursday night. It is reported that about 7:45 p.m., police personnel from the St. Catherine North Division conducted an intelligence-driven operation at the motel in Bog Walk. During the operation, the police breached the door, and the suspect was allegedly seen with a gun in his hand. He reportedly jumped through a bathroom window and fell, injuring himself. The weapon, a Beretta semi-automatic pistol, loaded with a magazine containing 2 rounds of ammunition, was reportedly retrieved from him. He was arrested and escorted to a medical facility where he is admitted for his injuries. He is expected to be charged with the possession of a prohibited weapon and unauthorized possession of ammunition. Policeman freed of illegal ammunition charge after 11 years. A policeman who has been off the job for 11 years, facing charges of illegal possession of 15 rounds of ammunition, breathed a sigh of relief on Thursday in the Trelawney Parish Court after the judge upheld a no-case submission and freed him. Attorney at law Oswest Senior Smith, who represented 54-year-old Corporal Deron Cross, said his client, who is a 35-year veteran in the police force, is expecting to resume his job very soon because he has been on interdiction on little pay since November 2012. Senior Smith, in his no-case submission at the end of the prosecution's case, argued that Cross should not be called upon to answer the charge because there were too many contradictions which came out during the cross-examination of the police witnesses. On one occasion, during the cross-examination of a police officer, Senior Smith played a video recording done by a sergeant of the anti-corruption team during the search of the premises, which contradicted the testimony of that witness. The footage also showed that the accused was not present at times during the search, and on occasions the accused was heard objecting to how the search was conducted. Parish Judge Paula and Archer Hall in Freeing Cross said that the prosecution's case was so manifestly discredited by cross-examination that no reasonable jury properly directed could convict on that evidence. The judge emphasized that the video material conflicted with the oral testimony from police officers from the anti-corruption branch. The judge said there were too many gaps in the prosecution's case. She also ruled that there were so many internal inconsistencies that it would not be sensible to leave the case to go further. Cross was arrested on November 3, 2012, after residential premises in Bounty Hall and Bunkers Hill, both in Trelawney, to which he was connected, were searched. One of the premises was his home, and a family member lived at the other premises. The police found assorted rounds of shotgun shells, M16 cartridges, and the 9mm and the Winchester cartridges at the premises. It was alleged that rounds of ammunition, which were apparent exhibits for cases he was investigating, were among the 15 rounds of ammunition. A ruling was made by the Director of Public Prosecutions on November 12, 2012, that Cross should be charged. The trial started 6 years ago, but faced several adjournments because of absent witnesses and the problems locating witnesses.
Recording